Unit 2, A Question of Social Justice. George Jones was a teacher, so, of course, he felt that education was important. He didn't, however, teach in Calcutta. He taught at a secondary school in Uxbridge, England. George had sometimes told Susan about some of the students who came from poor families. Since some of their parents hadn't been able to find any employment for years, and often thought that education was a waste of time. It was difficult for their children to study at home. When they came to school, they hadn't been able to do their homework, and they were often tired. Since George felt sorry for those children, he tried to help them, and many of them were clever and wanted to study, but their environment at home put them in a serious disadvantage. George's students, however, couldn't be compared with those his wife and met in Calcutta. George's students went to school, whereas in countries like India, many children received no education and often had to choose between work or starvation. When Susan had told her friends, Raju, that there were poor people in England and had reminded that English was a rich country, Susan, however, thought that it might be worse to be poor in a rich country than a poor in a poor country, and she thought about the old people in England who die of the cold every year, since they can't afford to pay their electric bills. Isn't poverty a question of social justice in many countries? Raju had asked Susan, how can it be right for some people to suffer from poverty while others have more than they need? Isn't that, in fact, exactly what that funny man with the mustache and trying to stay in the film was we saw last week? Raju was, of course, referring to a Charlie Chaplin.